Good evening, folks. Welcome again back to the Male Voice. As you know, we come here weekly and we're excited to do it. We do it every week because we have something to say. So let's get started. Let me introduce you to this oh so good panel that you're familiar with. However, I'm going to call their names. We've got, I don't know. Yeah, let's just skip him because he on one already. We'll come back. Let's start with the brains, the sensible one, Mr. Jeremiah Rankins. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good. Next to him, Mr. Kermit KC Fashion Child. What you got, Doc?
What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Thursday to you.
Happy Thursday, day before Friday.
Right? Yes, sir.
That's the problem right there. Therein lies the problem right there.
Man.
Known as DC, the comedian, and Sebastian.
What's up? You can't forget. Hey, this ain't nothing but cranberry juice. That's all. I'm just faking the funk. And then right, Sebastian. What's up, everybody?
Okay, faking the funk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, let me go ahead and tell you that the views and opinions of the panel are merely that. Our personal views and opinions, our subject matter or points should not be taken as paid legal or medical advice. And we therefore bring no claims to scheduled and or licensed consultation of any kind. If you have an issue, write Sebastian. All right? Sebastian. Tonight's show is just as strong as any other show that we've done. But tonight we're dealing with parenting with different goals and blended families with separate views. Got the questions in the mix already, and they are fire. I already said to the guy, he talked about it. This is definitely going to be a part 2. We're going to have to come back and this one. But meanwhile, check out my new gear. You like that? Check it out. I know you. DC, what you working with?
Hey.
We'll talk more about it later. So I see the people are already in. If you're in, say hi because we're about to get started. We're getting it on. So the questions tonight, we're talking about parenting with different goals. There's going to be one thing, Daddy says you're going to do something different. Blended families with separate views. There's another person in the mix, and they don't quite see things the way you see things. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So tonight, first question starts out is, what comes first, your marriage or your children?
Chicken comes first.
KC, I saw your eyes get stuck for a second there. So you ready for that? What you got?
Yeah,
What comes
yeah.
first? The marriage,
Just
or
like
the
DC, like DC said, the chicken comes before the egg. So the marriage is always going to come first. Always going to come first.
marriage comes first.
Yeah.
If it's a blended family with a new marriage, and you already have kids.
See,
Whoa!
okay,
wait,
now-
hey, can you know that?
It kind of got quiet right there.
No. So you already got kids, and you marry
Uh-huh.
somebody else. See, the woman or the man, they gotta respect your children. So, I mean, you're gonna love your wife, you're gonna love your husband, but then again, too, they have to, hey, they got to learn that you got to be there for your kids as well.
Okay. So, with all that saying, what comes first, the marriage or the children?
So
Even in your second or third marriage or whatever, what comes first, the marriage or the children?
Oh, your second, third marriage, the children.
The
So that second, and third, you just there to play. Second, third, you there to play.
Jeremiah, what comes first?
it sounds good. It sounds good. Top to bottom. The head of the house, mom, the wife, husband, wife, and I believe that's what we're talking about. A husband and wife get together, and then it trickles down as far as the leadership.
Right.
So on one end, I believe Kermit has a great point. It starts with the marriage, but on the other hand, I believe the kids come first, and that's
Okay.
because they're the ones that end up suffering with mental issues going through this whole transition. We're forcing our kids to go into just a whole different life that they probably don't agree with, whether they like it or not. And so
Let me combat that. I want to combat that. I want to challenge what you just said. You said the kids come first. I'm going to challenge that. First off, let me pause right here, stick a pin in it because I moved too fast. Everybody who's watching this show, share it. Share it for us. Share it so somebody else can enjoy the show with you and we have more viewers. All right. Now, back to
Take
you.
the pin out. Take the pin out. Take the pin out.
Take the pin out. You said the kids come first.
Now,
How do you marry someone that you trust to have the best judgment for your children, so you keep them compartmentalized away from your marriage?
well, see, I had a question because, see, I know Jeremiah was coming out. I'm trying to understand completely where the question is coming from. Is this after, in a sense, we're married already? Now, how do the kids fall in place? Or this is pre-marriage and we're dealing with kids because, like Jeremiah said, sometimes kids, because of their feelings or because of their love for daddy or mama or whoever, that's not no longer in the picture, will sometimes try to sabotage your relationship. So therefore it has to be a good balance, because they can try to sabotage it just because you're not my daddy or you're not my mama, and I want mom and daddy to be back together. So I understand that they're gonna need, to be able to work through the transition in a sense, but that's what I'm trying to wonder, if this question is coming after or before marriage.
The question is coming after marriage.
All right, you know who you finna marry. When you dating this girl, you know what kind of girl she is. You know if she needy, is she whiny, or what. So when you know you got kids over here, that you have to introduce your kids to this woman. So you know who you finna marry. So if you finna marry this needy woman, then you know she gonna try to take away from your kids. And that's gonna start causing confusion. So you can't find nobody. You gotta find somebody who gonna love you and your kids. Now, if you 45 years old and finna marry somebody 21, and you got kids, that ain't gonna work. Cause that 21-year-old, she gonna want attention, and your kids gonna be there. And then the baby mama Sheila, she gonna get mad, and she gonna come over there. Now you know them your kids, and then she gonna get all up in Rashika face. That's 21, and it's gonna be a fight. And then right,
Rashika 21, they growing up together.
Yeah, they all growing up together.
Timmy and John, they all in the same homeroom class.
So listen, it brings me up to a great segue for another question. And this particular person didn't mind us saying Derek R. He says this. He says, I'm always there with my stepkids. However, my current wife doesn't seem to be too involved with my kids. He's always there for his stepkids. His current wife doesn't seem to be too involved with his kids. I feel I have to choose who to entertain.
She's selfish.
That's all you got, DC? She's selfish?
She's selfish. She's a selfish woman. Because he there for the kids. He there for her kids. But then when his kids come around, she don't want to be around them.
Yeah.
Give her the boot.
So what else you got?
No, wait.
So here's my take. There are two ways to look at this. One, you should have never married her.
There you go.
She didn't show those actions or feelings at first. Two, you probably didn't bring them kids around enough to see how she was going to act towards those kids. So it could be two things. You could have just shot yourself in the foot, showing that you're a deadbeat dad, and now you're using the kids as a trophy for your new girl, trying to show them off. She ain't feeling it because they wasn't there all along.
And one thing you can't do when you got a new boo, you can't be dogging the old boo out with the new boo, because that new boo, she gonna treat the old boo and them kids a certain type of way. So don't go.
Who said that? You or Sebastian?
I said Sebastian's agreeing with me.
Oh,
but was it good? Was it good talk? Was it right?
It was good. That's why I said who said it.
No, Sebastian's friend Ray Vaughn hit me in my ear and told me the question. Damn.
Oh Lord, you got somebody else, Ray Vaughn?
Hey, so if you all don't mind, I'm gonna chime in real quick. So there's already sibling rivalries within biological siblings, right? So you've got watching and competing, regardless whether they have to or not. They feel like they need to compete for attention, whether they're doing better in sports, and mom and dad always goes to see them play football. So what is the younger one? They're losing their plays. And so there's always some competition there. And so when you add them into a blended family, it adds more conflict and finding their place and how can they find the attention. And so when you have one parent not providing the attention that all the children need, it just adds a lot of confusion, a lot of issues. So that's why I think it's very, very paramount we start with our children, think what's best for them, because depression in kids, adjustment disorder, depression, those symptoms, they look like acting out, tearing stuff up, getting angry, punching holes in the wall. Y'all say, oh, no, not my kids. I'll whoop that, or I'll spank them, or whatever you choose to do as far as disciplinary. But that's how it looks in our kids, and they can disrupt a relationship.
So being with them, Kermit, I thought we was going to have to raise another offering for you, but I see. Yeah, we still been getting the church together, get you
trying to adjust this camera right. That's all good. So I'm here.
So we're talking about the difference. Here's the difference, though. It bothers me. It bothers me in a major way. For you to recognize that your spouse treats your biological kids anyway, or doesn't show them any affection or attention. Issue for me. That's definitely something, as Ursula said, this should have been discussed before the marriage.
Right.
A real parent doesn't discuss this before the marriage, is that they were around for you to see it before the marriage.
Right. Yep.
So if they were around for her to see it before, for her to act before the marriage, then you shouldn't have married her.
That's right.
Point blank, you shouldn't have married her.
Because if you can't love my kids like I like love your kids. We can't be together. I don't care how fine, how much money you got, because that ain't right. So I'm sitting here, loving your kids, and you getting ready to go out of town and want to take your kids, but then when my kids come, you got this stank attitude. You can take your stank attitude and go move in with Sebastian.
So look what Ruth said. Ruth said, how do you know if it's not the kids don't want her around? So that's why she stay away. That doesn't work, Ruth. That doesn't, even if it's the kid, in my opinion, even if it's the kids who don't want her around, baby, I need you to take the high road because you're the adult. You're in this situation. I need you to swallow your pride or whatever else you have going on with and let them learn to love you. You don't stay away and throw a tantrum with them. That doesn't work for me.
Yeah, they ain't paying no bills. They ain't doing nothing. So they can learn. You can sit down as a father or mother and talk to them kids and let's be this happy family. You know, whatever.
Right.
Woo, woo, woo. But you, listen, you ain't finna come and disrespect Rashika. You know?
Not Rashika.
Don't do that.
Not Rashika, you ain't.
Not
No, Rashika ain't gonna have it.
Have it. Rashika ain't going for it.
She gonna get with it.
So, Derek, I think to put closure to your answer is, I think you need to give us some more information pertaining to your question. I think that maybe she wasn't exposed to them correctly in the beginning. And it would be sad for you to recognize that someone that you're married to is struggling for attention from you. That would pose an issue. So I would definitely suggest you guys seek some counseling, work it out. If she want to be down, you got to figure out she may have never told you she don't like a man with 5 kids.
That's right.
Sprung them up on her and she don't want that. So you might
I'm not one of my 5 kids neither. So I'm going. Shoot, see you.
Oh no, we ain't doing the 5 kids.
We ain't doing the 5 kids.
Yeah.
DC.
You got 5 and 5 different baby daddies? That you ain't right.
Right. So tonight, folks, we're talking about parenting with different goals, big families with separate views. So the next question I have is, let me take this down. Get on.
I ain't doing no homework.
Oh, we didn't have homework this week. The next question, here, where'd my question go? Y'all bear with me, I'm coming. Can a male or female properly love a stepkid while being jealous of the biological parent or the relationship?
I say yes. I say yes. The two have nothing to do per se with each other, because if they have a relationship with the stepkids, they can love them just fine, and their mom or their dad can be terrible as all get out. But the stepkids typically are going to be there with you. So, and you're building a relationship with them. So their parent, the parent probably out to, they're not at the house. So, you building a relationship with their kid, that should be fine, regardless to how they
pay attention to the question, though. The question is, if you already know that they're jealous, they've admitted or whatever else, they are jealous of this previous relationship.
Okay.
Trust them to love your kid properly while you're jealous. You don't think that would be an issue? They'll take something out on the kid or whatever because they're jealous of the previous relationship.
If they're jealous of the previous relationship, they don't need to be in the current relationship.
That's right.
That's it. Hey, you got me on that.
That's
got me on that.
Yeah, they don't need to be. If they're jealous of the old,
somebody said no. Somebody said no. Who was that?
They don't need to be in this current relationship if they're jealous of the old one.
But it happens so too often. It happens all the time.
That's a good question, Ursula, and you just introduced me into my next question. Ursula said, "Why are they jealous?" I'm going to the next question on so you can give me a point of view. Why they're jealous? The question was: should conversations with an ex be private? Is it a guaranteed argument when I come back in the room from discussing my kids with my baby mama?
Oh, it's an argument. You can't have no private. You can't have no.
And that within itself could be why they're jealous.
Yes. Every time he called or she called, you want to go outside and talk.
That ain't what's up. Let's deal with that. That's not what's up. You don't get to go outside and talk when your ex calls.
That's right. That's right. Everything
go outside and talk.
Yeah. You ain't gotta go to the car, sit in the car and talk to your ex and whatever.
Yeah.
You talk, sit in that room right there in here and talk to her or him in front of me.
Have that conversation.
I agree. And to a certain extent, though, because what if you know that your current partner gets upset every time she calls, every time the ex-girlfriend or the baby mama calls, you know that your current girl or wife is going to trip. She's going to flip.
She got to get over there. Some bothering her. Something is bothering her or him. If him or her is you know, oh Lord, it's him or her. Let me go.
Oh Lord.
You know something got to be wrong with her.
You just wrong.
Why are you mad when she calls?
So your current girl, she's jealous. Your current wife, she's jealous. So to avoid having conflict or issues, you choose to step away. So she no? Okay.
No,
not for me.
You still gonna bring the conflict. You still gonna you come back.
You're gonna have greater conflict. You gonna have greater conflict if they don't know what you're talking about.
Cause she like,
listen, I'm not finna. I understand you're jealous, but I'm gonna prove you ain't got no reason to be jealous. I sit right here.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
You don't have a reason to be jealous. If I walk out the room, I may be respecting the fact that you're watching TV or something. But I will tell you, baby, this is ABCD. I'm finna walk out the room. But there is no excuse that you have to walk out the room to talk to your ex, even about your kids. You asking for it, bro. Why would you do that?
Because sometimes in history, it has been on TV and in real life that the exes has gotten back together. So
that's true.
On the sneak tip, he might be dropping off Becky Sue, Sebastian at the house and staying a couple more minutes and getting them a little bit, and then come home.
Yeah, so I do have that theory. When I was growing up, there was always that theory: is baby mama and baby daddy, they always got that connection that ain't going away. So I've heard of it.
So that's in the back of her mind. That's behind that.
That's in the back of all of our minds.
That's behind that third braid of hers that she might be doing something. Take that third, fourth braid out, twist it together. We ain't doing nothing.
Listen, and Ursula says, even if you do walk out or if you stay in the room, it doesn't matter. The conversations should be short and to the point. Bam. Yeah. Ain't no all that, hey, how you doing? I'm good. Yeah, we don't need all that.
Don't ask him about no date, how the day's been.
I don't care how your day was.
I saw your Facebook. You said you were sick. How's your mama doing? Ain't nothing about that. Hey, hi, Jimmy and Bobby. Okay.
Right.
Bye-bye. Or if they're of age to speak for themselves, pass them the phone. You don't have to hold the conversation. You don't have to give them a rundown unless there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong with passing them the phone. If Johnny's 10 years old, he can talk for himself.
That's true.
Issue with him, hey, here you go. Your daddy want to talk to you. And look at this, dudes. This for dudes. Don't call her, trying to talk to her and blame it on, I'm just checking on my kids. You lying, bro. You lying, bro. You ain't just checking on kids. You trying to check on her and make sure that she ain't got nobody else over there in your spot.
Yeah.
You just trying to check on her. You ain't slick. You're not slick at all. So the question is, is it okay to walk out the room and talk to your ex?
No.
No.
A resounding no. I'm gonna figure out how to figure
not
out
without communication.
Figure out some type of graphic that whatever we say yes
because listen here, I guarantee you, if a woman, her ex-husband or boyfriend was to call her, baby daddy call and walk out, I guarantee you the dude be upset as hell.
Don't do it, bro.
Dude be mad. And
I don't understand.
A dude be mad. This is how I had to sleep like this at night. Because I'm trying to tell you, if a girl walk outside and talk to her dude, that dude gonna be mad. He is gonna be mad. He gonna be mad.
Don't leave that room. Not for no phone conversation with your ex. Next question is, how do I not overcompensate a child if my husband is not as active as my ex was?
Ooh.
How do I not overcompensate a child if my husband is not as active as it says me, but should be mine? Forgive me. I'm from Maker's Home. My ex was.
Yes.
which means you divorced a man who was very active, but you married a man who was not active. How do you not overcompensate for that? I think I'm tending to say you shouldn't have got married.
Now that's go again. We dating. You gotta know all this stuff before you marry somebody. Don't stop starting to marry folks in 6 months, in 1 month, in 17 days. You ain't gonna find out. Hey, we need some relationship going on, this and that,
Right.
so we can see what I marry. Hey, test the waters first, and then marry the person, cause you might got a dud, and you married a dud. Oh, you should have found out he was a dud before then.
But was he a dud? Is he active at
No
all?
pun intended.
Is he
He ain't
active
doing
at
nothing.
all?
He's a bump on the law. He ain't
She
doing no
says
football.
he's not active.
He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing no football with the kids. He ain't doing. He want to sit there and watch ESPN, and he ain't active or nothing.
I'm trying to go to bed.
Obviously, he didn't want kids.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to go to bat for him, but I can't
I
find
ain't going to bat for him. He out straight.
You can't find nothing.
He
You
out.
can't find nothing for him.
He
You
out.
can't find nothing for him.
Now listen, I say this for a woman. Now you an active male, and you married this dud of a woman. They just sit there. She ain't doing nothing. You should have not married her. We got to find out what's going on.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. It's hard to be with a woman that's not supportive, period. And then it's even worse to be with a woman that's not supportive of your children.
Woo!
Right.
Woo! Boy, that boy said.
Okay?
Woo!
So
Offering
real
time.
quick-
It's offering
Real,
time.
real quick, just to piggyback on that, in family, we all have roles. We all have roles. The kids have roles. Parents have roles. One of the parenting roles is to support the children, be involved in their life, and help groom them and mold them to become productive adults. And it sounds like, in this case, dad isn't being, or stepfather isn't being active in the child's life. He's not playing his role. And so
Right.
that's a dysfunctional family. It's a dysfunctional
Yes.
family.
Yes. The functional, that's good. That's a good one. Dysfunctional blended family. That's what he is.
Okay, dysfunctional fit. Yeah, that. So Alicia, right,
Yeah.
she asked this question. I'm moving to the next question, y'all. I'm just moving. This question is: my husband feels like his word is the final word when it comes to our house and kids. How I agree with. Kids, I do not. How do I help him find a balance? Eh,
He sounds great.
Yikes.
Well,
Who first?
I say
You sound like you're scared, boy.
No.
You sound like you're scared. Come on with it.
no. My wife was messaging me at the same time. I say that it comes down to conversation. It comes down to communication. They need to communicate as it relates, and of course we know they should have communicated before, but they already in this. Obviously, whoever's asking the question. So now, it comes down to them communicating and her really expressing the fact that we got some different views. We got some different, ideas, and trying to see if he can reason with that fact, because now she can't just say my kids, because now we're married. Right. So even though he's not the biological father of those kids, he's still a father figure in the house. So when she just pulls it to the side and say my kids, that's a whole nother thing too. My kids,
But we didn't say if it was her kids or his kids. She said the kids. So
it sounds like she talking about
It sounds like a blended family.
Yeah, it sounds like a blended family, because she wouldn't even be bringing it up if it was just if it was their kids, this been going on then since birth, not all of a sudden,
So check this out. This comment completely aligns with what I think. She says, if you're gonna agree with the house, might as well agree with the kids. Obviously,
right.
You listen to whatever he say. I said that when I first got the question. You can't go to the man.
Yeah.
You can have a house, but you can't have my kids. How do you do that? How do you cut him off? How do you give him limits of what he can do in the house that he already running?
But see, this guy
Right.
here,
That's not real relationship.
but see, this guy here, that's how he was raised. Because that's just how he was raised. Because like how I was raised, and I had to change how I was raised differently. Though I'm the same wife and same kids, but even in a blended family, that's just how this guy was raised, maybe. So now they have to sit down, communication, and talk. Say, hey, you can't do my kids like this is how you was raised. This are different times and stuff. So we can't have that. What you said in the house, we can talk about the house, but some stuff you can't do.
Yeah, it sounds like he's molded by his experiences from when he was a child, or maybe.
True.
That was real cute. Molded by his experiences. I was molded.
I was
He's very
molded.
dominant. He sounds very dominant as far as what I say. My word is final. Very dominant and machismo. And
Right. I think it's more to it than
Machismo?
yeah, it's kind of a Mexican term for just
what that is.
It's kind of a Mexican term for just being real dominant and just aggressive.
Right.
Oh,
Having authority over the wife and the
that
kids.
was some new wine or something. Machismo. That was new wine. I wanted some.
DC, you're gonna need your glasses for this one.
I wanted some of that.
It says communication together, come to an agreement together before going to the kids with the decision. They need to know that the parents are in agreement.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
What
And
if that
change your
is
ways,
not
dude.
always
Change your ways.
okay? So Ashley says this: the step parent is also limited at times. Whoa, the step parents are also limited at times based on what allowed the
What the biological parent allowed.
Discuss personal boundaries. That's another question. That opens up a whole nother question. I don't even know if I put it in, but I know it came.
That's a good one though, because
That's a good one, but I'm trying to say it the cute way, but I'm not going to say it cute. Your ex can't control what happens in my house. That's not an option.
So let's talk about discipline then. Let's talk about discipline.
And hey, you want it? That's question number 7. Can a parent discipline your child?
Yeah.
And that's the problem right there.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty sensitive. That's pretty sensitive because whether my son or my daughter is in the wrong or not, allowing someone else to discipline my child, it really has to be justified. It really has to be justified, especially if I'm not into corporal punishment, whoop and beat my kids. It's got to be justified.
Okay. All right. Now, you the biological daddy. I'm the stepfather. Your son done something wrong. I've been on him out. I ain't told you. And you want to just sit there and lollygag and say, I don't believe in this and that and this and here. You kiki ha. But he come to my house. In your house. In my $1,700,000 home that I'm paying for.
Eating your food.
And eat my food. He catch an ass whooping. And you gonna catch one too. Because your ass should have done something about it. Because you wasn't doing it. You didn't believe in corporal punishment. And that's why he run the muck in here. And with A's and D's and C's. And talking back crazy. And all you doing is send him up. Oh, he gonna be okay. I talked to him. There you go, Sebastian. It's okay. He come over here and cuss and talk me out. Ass getting whooped.
Yeah, he got one. So
that's how it's gonna go.
What do you think? People come to you, 2 of your members come to you and say, he whooped my child, and that's not his real daddy. How do you deal with that?
Well, I would put that back on them because in essence, I ain't getting on either side. Basically,
I can tell you ain't getting on either side.
No, you know why? Because that's their personal. I would bring it back. Just like a counselor or someone would do, I would bring it back to them discussing. I would guide the conversation back toward them. Because see, that's something that they should have set up. that's something that they should have had. That's something that they need to discuss and get to the understanding of. Now, uh, like DC said, look, some things are just, and Jeremiah. I mean, if it's warranted, but my concern would be if that parent genuinely loves your child, if that stepfather has been in your child's life for 15 years, 10 years, whatever, and they genuinely love your child, then hey. They should be, if they're living under the same roof, staying there, doing the same thing, they should have the proper respect for your spouse, whether it be female or husband.
So I want to add, let me look at a few comments real quick. Nishay says, wait, that's the comments are moving, y'all bear with me. That's when everybody needs to sit down with that child and explain who is who. If you don't like it, then stay in a child's place, which means I'm gonna introduce you that this person has the right to pull out and whoop your butt. Ursula says, all right, adults must come to some kind of agreement because the children will play all of them. Very true.
My wife be on it, y'all. My wife be on all these questions. She be right.
Cynthia says, in order to be consistent and effective with her smart set, because sometimes stepkids do test boundaries.
Yes,
they do. Yes. And are likely to push buttons.
But like I'm gonna tell Jeremiah, I'm not just gonna go off and whoop the kid and beat your child for nothing. But
you might not. You might not.
Shouldn't that be established up front though? That should be established. Listen, you know Mr. Give me a name. You know Mr. KC. You know Mr. Don't do nothing out of line because they have the right to tack your butt. They have the right to get you in check. Instead, you hear a lot of women, trust me, I know, you hear a lot of women that say, he can't, he better not do nothing to you. He better not touch you, but yet and still, but if the kid run out in the street and get hit by a car, they're gonna get mad at you and say, why you didn't discipline him? Why you didn't tell him not to do it? But you told me not to touch him.
But this is what tends to happen. Little Johnny gets whooped by stepdad. Okay, he calls biological dad, daddy. Tyrone whooped me. He didn't hit me. He didn't whoop me. He didn't did this. I didn't even do nothing. So now you got as biological dad, you got to do your due diligence because you are a good father. You do love John. You love your son. So you do your due diligence of doing this investigation. And you got to go through whose story is right. What did he do? Let me see. It's just too much when it comes to this corporal punishment. And
I agree. Let me ask you this:
Are we only talking about corporal punishment, or are we just?
That's the other thing I'm going to say. Discipline is more than whoopings. Discipline is more. But watch this here. Should not that be your trust up front before you even get married? Should you not know this person has my child's best interest at heart? And if by chance he or she does have to discipline whoop my child, I believe that it was a valid reason. If it's not, I'm going to check it out. But I shouldn't have to worry with the fact that you might whoop my kid because I know I can trust you. Shouldn't that be established up front?
Yeah, but
what you got, Sebastian?
But oftentimes the stepdad and real dad, biological mother, stepmom, a lot of times they're not getting along, especially in our communities. It's not good effective communication.
I was waiting for you to say it.
I want to take a page out of Shaquille O'Neal, his stepfather. He respect that man to this day. All the discipline that guy did, all the discipline Shaquille O'Neal daddy did to him, his stepfather, he respects that man to this day. Let me tell you something. Like this ain't. We ain't gotta whoop them. We can discipline them through taking cell phones, punish them.
There's other ways to do it.
Yeah. I'm not all about whooping the place. Like my children. I come from whoopings, getting whooped in church, with a race trap. I come from some whoopings. But my kids can probably tell you I didn't do all that. Now I holler, scream, and did some crazy stuff and wanted to do it, but I had a wife who like, you can't be doing it like you was raised and stuff like that. But that's how I was raised. But I didn't whoop my kids all the time. Now I took phones and put them punishment. And
I want to ask the kids, did you whoop them all the time?
But when I whooped them, I went in. But step kids, that might say they'll challenge you, but you can do other different discipline maneuvers. And Jeremiah, I don't whip your kids, man. I'm sorry, I don't whip them. You know, we talking, bro. I don't. I love your kids. I don't even know them. I love you.
Listen, Marlena says if the biological parents have something in place before getting remarried that needs to be discussed with the newcomer, such as me and my the husband don't believe in whoopings. We believe in timeouts. So before you get into that house or get into that relationship, you have this discussion with him and says, listen, I don't know how you were raised, but myself and my baby mama, baby daddy don't believe in whooping. We believe in timeouts. Put them in the corner. Now, that person says, oh, well, that's how y'all do it. I do it different.
Right.
You want to check out that red flag up front. You can't be so when you overlook the signs. But if that person even grudgingly agrees to say, well, if that's how y'all do it, oh, well, that's still a red flag. And you might want to figure out compared to them saying, okay, that's y'all, whatever y'all want.
Y'all got to come. Everybody got to talk about this. I mean, you got to come to some kind of agreement and everything about, because these kids are run amok. They'll run over you, and then not even over you. This society stealing and robbing and killing. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying. Some of these kids that got raised by step parents and stepfathers and stepmothers, they respect them.
Listen, I'm a product of a stepfather. All my entire life, he has been there. If I call him right this second at 11 p.m. and say I need a blow pop, he gonna fuss because he old. He gonna say, boy. But I bet you he show up with that blow pop.
Did y'all you call some whippers?
Yeah. Oh, he's not that type of person. He don't whip, but he fuss. And I don't call him fussing, but he don't whoop. So
he exercises authority. He shows authority, and you didn't just run over him.
That if he say he always start everything with boy, stop that. It's just that's all it took. Now, mama, on the other hand, mama will be quick to grab something. Listen, you got to know mama. Mama will be quick to open up a can of whoop ass on you and not even care if you like it or not.
Yeah.
Daddy, you can't tell him that he's not my daddy. You can't tell me that he's not my daddy. You got to fight. So with that said, let me just say, ladies, men don't wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm going to whoop your kids today. I hope neither men or female would wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to whoop them kids today. Now, there are some retarded people out there, but you should know who you're dealing with before you get with that person.
That's true.
Right.
Cynthia says, research says it can take 4 to 7 years for a step family to function like a family. Therefore, you cannot be spanking step kids off top.
Cynthia,
I love it. I love it.
Cynthia,
I love it.
what are you gonna do? Are you researching this during the show? Are you Googling? Cynthia, are you Googling during the show and coming up with research answers? That's good. I like that. I like that, Cynthia. Keep that up. Research says. I like that, Cynthia. You all right with me?
You don't know if she researched it though. She just said research says.
She researched it.
Let's move here. Who sets the rules of the house rules when it comes to parenting? Following my husband doesn't always turn out right.
Ooh.
We both do.
Parenting. Following my husband doesn't always turn out right.
Yeah.
So
sometimes we're wrong.
I think it's fair to say that everyone makes mistakes, and even as a leader of the house, leader of whatever, we can make mistakes. And so as long as he doesn't continuously lead you in the wrong direction where you feel like that house is not being led, then I think that
I think I have another question from that question though. What the heck are house rules? So what I mean is, obviously we knew that there were rules, but we respected our parents so much we knew what to do and what not to do. You didn't have to set the rules of the house.
Like
house rules are like no cussing in the house.
But you know not to cuss around your mama.
Well, nowadays, it's a little different.
You know, come in a special time.
Hey,
wipe your feet. You know, them are house rules.
Yeah,
I get you. Because I'm 45 and I won't cuss in front of Marthan. I just no, I just won't do it. You know, there's things you just know not to do.
Music, it's so. I think nowadays a lot of that really has to be discussed. It has to be brought forward because we live in a totally different time from when we were growing up. Now,
Yeah.
of course, we're all at different age brackets. You know, Mike probably being the oldest. No, I'm kidding. But
no, I may look the oldest, but DC is the oldest. Man. DC,
I'm teasing. I'm just teasing. I'm joking.
DC
No,
52, bro. So hey,
older.
no, but
Sebastian lie.
real talk though, the time is totally different. There are things, you know, as kids, we could go and walk to the store by ourselves or get on a bus and go to school without any issues. Now, the society is totally different. I would say a lot of I'm trying to choose my words.
You all night, fam. This is real, raw, and relevant. You ain't got to.
Yeah, but it got worse. You know,
she ain't choosing the word. She gonna spit it.
Morality is kind of out the window. It's gone out the window. So as it relates to the music that kids listen to, as it relates to what's on television, as it relates to regular TV, is not regular TV anymore. You know, so there's a lot that has to be set up as for what's okay for your house and what's okay for the family, what's okay for them and what's not okay. You know, because the scale has definitely tipped in an evil favor.
Right.
Let's go back to this man leading. So do you feel like he's not an adequate leader of the house if he continues to fail? It sounds like he's letting you down. There's like some frustration going on.
Absolutely.
Following my husband doesn't always turn out right. By you just bringing that up, it sounds like there's an issue. He's inconsistent with his leadership role.
I feel like DC just stuck. Heard the
I'm listening.
Which makes
she
sense.
Said, following my husband doesn't always turn out right. I mean, golly, I'm with
you know. I think that might be an unfair statement because some of your judgments may not turn out right as well.
So as leaders, we make mistakes and we may go down the wrong route. But it sounds like this has happened on more than one occasion. Like this is following
6 days out of a week, Jeremiah. 6
You know
days out of a week. This Negro information is not right.
Yeah, we gotta wonder what is that concerning? You know, I know we say house rules, but where is he failing at?
Okay.
He failing. He bad. He need Jesus. He got 7 days and he ain't right 6 of them.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pause on this one, and we'll move to the next question. And I don't even know why I decided to share this on the show, but a friend of mine,
Jerry,
my name on it. So I'm put his name on it, and give it to me 1 second. It doesn't even relate to the topic. So we just gonna take a breather and let y'all enjoy this comment. I don't even know why. I can't even find it. It's probably not even meant for me to share. But he said, we can share household duties. We can share these bills too.
Ooh.
He said it. What does that ooh mean?
I mean, I in 2020, I agree. But I agree for totally different reasons. I feel like a woman should have a backup plan, especially in Black communities, because our men are going to prison, going to jail. They're quick to lock us up. And so what happens is when our men go away, and I hate to say this, but when our men do go away, our women are stuck depending on welfare and the government. So I feel like a woman should have a career or a backup plan.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Okay. And that's the opinion of the counselor. That's a doctor, y'all. So y'all better listen to that. Now, me, Mike, and Kermit, we can't say that. So let
Don't
the
listen
doctor
to me.
say it. The one with the degree and the business.
Here we go. My husband
period.
says I'm raising a gay male because I comfort my son when he's crying and complains. He complains that carrying him around too much, but he's 2. Do you men agree, or should I just stand up to him? Let me read that again.
Yeah.
My husband says I'm raising a gay male because I comfort my son when he's crying and complains. He complains that I carry him around too much, but he's 2. Do you agree, or should I just stand up to him? I'm just gonna let the panel have this because I feel like cussing.
All right. Now I'm gonna say this. My wife just saw the other day that male babies cry a lot. You know, when they're young, they cry a lot. Boom, boom, they cry. Women, little girls, they don't cry as much as the boys do. The boys are always whiny and needy and stuff like, "Say, mama, pick me up, this and this and this." That's just how it is, because when they come in, they don't do all that whining and crying. We don't cry and whine. So, oh, he's jealous. Okay, so I'm with your wife. He's jealous because that's just that. He's 2. No,
He's 2 years old. Come on, he's
like I want to say, male babies and boys, they cry a lot. We as men, we don't cry when we get older. When we're 21, 20, 35, 40 years, we don't cry. It's hard for us to cry. We don't share emotions. Women, they emotional. They don't cry as much. And boys are needy and whiny and pick me up with my mama. Everybody said that terms. Mama's boy. Mama's boy. And where term comes from. So I don't think nothing's wrong with him. He ain't gonna be no punk or nothing. Let him cry, let him whine. I mean, I got 2 boys. They was whining, crying. They good.
But I think that's a mom, like you said, mama's boy. Men are going to be partial to girls. Women are going to be partial to boys. Because you can turn it around the same thing on, a man with his daughter or try to say something. But at the end of the day, I think that's just a mama. She's going to be, I don't care. If that boy can be 10, she's still going to be.
Not 22.
He can be 10 and she's still gonna, because that's a boy. And so she's gonna be a little more,
So listen up. When a baby is crying because it falls down and hurts himself or herself, we're talking about a boy, so I'm gonna say he, him, his pronouns. So when the boy falls down, he hurts himself, cries, it's appropriate for him to have those feelings, appropriate to cry.
right.
When a boy is whining or crying because he knows a manipulative behavior pattern,
That's a whole nother thing.
I cry, I know I can get the ice cream. If I cry,
Yeah.
I know she's going to pick me up. If I cry, now that is not appropriate. We're nipping that in the bud. You cannot cry. You cannot whine. You're going to get this stiff. I'm gonna grab you and I'm gonna shake your arm. I'm gonna say no, and you're going to get that. But there are times to really allow your child to cry, and then there's times when these boys know how to finesse a woman at an early age.
Yeah, and that's just manipulation. That ain't got nothing to do with being gay. That's
So
just manipulation.
that guy need to stop. That guy need to stop saying that, because he keeps saying that he gonna be gay. He gonna put that out there and make the boy gay. But
So let's deal with a couple of these comments, because
he's not doing
pretty
nothing
good
wrong.
comment.
He's not doing nothing wrong. He's 2.
Lady says he's jealous.
That's what I said.
Niani says black men have an issue with embracing and comforting their sons. It's sad.
I embrace mine. No,
I don't
I
agree with that, but
embrace
I've seen
mine.
it.
See mine right here. See.
Marlena says, well, damn, not a gay male. Here's what stands out. She must not be giving him attention like he wants. If she's giving him attention like he wants, he wouldn't be saying nothing about you carrying that baby around.
Right.
Chelsea says
But wait, let me tell you something though. If he's 2 years old, now she don't need to be carrying him around like he a baby. Now he's 2 years old, he can start walking a little. I mean, if she just carrying him all the time, that's the problem.
Yeah, now we're gonna go down. If she doing all that, she need to stop all that. Cause let that boy. But like somebody just said, we say some little boy be a boy. Someone in the comments said something. But yeah, but let the boy cry.
Watch this though. You can't make anyone gay.
Well, I do want to comment on that because and nowadays we got kids who are getting bullied because they speak proper English. Black and brown kids, they speak proper English. So now kids are saying, you're gay, you're gay, you're gay. And with this the world, the society, our environment pushing out LGBTQ community like it's nothing, what happens is the child starts thinking, maybe I am gay, maybe. And so our kids are getting confused and they're starting to adapt. Our brains are trained. If you are told from different people in different scenarios, at church, at school, in different environments, you're told the same thing about yourself, your brain starts to believe it. And
Yes.
so we have to be very careful about that at a young age when we're listening to these bullies. We have to be careful.
Because I come
Very
from a
good
church.
point, Neani.
When
Boy
I was
or
a
girl,
boy,
you have to teach children independence.
Yes. Because
You gotta
like you
teach them
just said,
independence. She's not saying at 2. She's saying at boy or girl, you got to teach him independence.
Right. And I saw a comment that said that baby, he's 2, he's still a baby, which I understand that. But I'm just saying, typically around 2 years old, they're walking, they're starting to move around. So holding them all the time, we call that spoiling. You spoiling them, you know, and you carrying them everything. So they learn that they know how to manipulate, like Jeremiah said, and they know, okay, if I whine a certain way, if I do a certain thing, then I'm gonna get what I want. You know, pick me up, Molly, pick me up. You know, no, you walk.
I do that now. I do that now.
Let's answer her question directly. Her question is, but he's 2. Do you men agree with him saying he's yay? No.
No.
Or should I just stand up to him?
Ooh,
that's a loaded question. When you say, "Can I stand up to him?" That's a loaded question.
What will happen if you stand up to him?
There we go.
Now you can start a fight.
Yeah, don't start a fight. I don't know if I can say this or not, brother counselor. Don't start a fight. But this boy here. Don't start a fight, but don't lay down either. Because if your child needs you, then you pick him up.
Right.
I didn't say fall for manipulation. Pick him up. And he's just going to have to be okay with the fact that I'm consoling my baby.
Right.
Just make sure he's not like 375 and 6'5". Talk to somebody crazy that's like 5'3" and 117. Then you might win. But he's a big old Negro.
Yeah, I don't want to put anybody in harm's way. So if you stand up to him and you know he's got a history of physical abuse or violence, then I wouldn't say you should stand up to him. But if you can advocate for your child and you can advocate for what you believe is right, then that is and do it safely, then that is something that you need to do all the time.
Long distance in Chicago through email and texting.
Okay, here we go. Keisha. I have a newborn. She is 7 months old. My boyfriend, not the baby daddy, but he feels slighted when I allow her to sleep in our bed. And he still wants sex. Who is wrong in this scenario? Let me repeat it for the people in the back. We have a newborn. First she says we. So, okay, we have a newborn. She is 7 months old. My boyfriend, who is not the baby daddy, feels slighted when I allow her to sleep in our bed. And he still wants sex. Who is wrong in this scenario? Yeah.
Jeremiah raised his hand. He must got a newborn.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeremiah.
So listen, no, I've been there with a manipulative baby. So didn't want to sleep in his own bed, always want to sleep in mom and dad's bed. But and crowd us too. But we learned there's certain you know what I'm saying? There's certain positions, you know what I'm saying?
Wait on that.
He's saying it's certain positions and it's certain medicines that we give the baby that can put that baby out to sleep, push that baby to the side, and go get busy. And the baby can be in the bed 7 months, 3 months, 2 months. It don't stop the show. Push that baby to the side. Over there. You just can't get buck wild. You can't get
Neani
buck wild.
says she is wrong. Why is that baby in the bed with a man that is not her father?
Ooh.
They said it's theirs. What's the question? We have a newborn.
No, but he ain't the baby daddy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a boy.
You missed that.
Plot twist.
Oh.
The baby is 7 months, but he ain't the baby daddy.
He ain't the baby daddy.
So listen, What if the biological father knew that was happening?
Yeah.
Man.
He'd be mad.
Man, that's a whole nother talk show.
God,
Yeah.
oh, that whole thing. But still though, I gotta get off. I gotta tell him, push the baby to the side. At this point,
Let's try a different way, huh?
I honestly just don't. On another level, I just don't think a baby needs to be in the bed anyway. I mean, when I say that, I mean, I understand.
They don't have no money for no baby bed.
But it sounds like it's obviously a common, it must be a common thing. So she's obviously always sleeping with the baby. The baby must not, and again, I'm not even talking about on the sex level and all of that. I'm thinking of the safety of the child. You got this child in the bed with you, or in the bed with both of y'all, first of all, and people roll over on their children. People, you got all kind of stuff that could possibly happen with a baby in the bed with an adult, let alone two adults. If it's a regular, it sounds like it's obviously a regular situation because she says, but he still wants sex. So it's obviously the baby must always be sleeping with them all the time.
Let me tell you something, female Miss Lady. You need to get a hold to somebody out there that's giving out free bassinets. And go get your free bassinet and put that baby in the bassinet.
Because you creating a greater problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so I want to be very careful. Whoever this is, I'm glad it's an anonymous, but I'm not judging. I don't want you to feel like we are judging you. But at the same time, in the comment, in the question, there are red flags. And again, you have I think the common thread is you've got the man who is not the child's father, and you're sleeping with him, and then that baby is in the bed, regardless, even outside of the safety of the child. It's just some moral issues going on there, and that's where the conflict is. We're not judging you at all.
No, we're not. But I'm gonna tell you what to do. Get a whole bunch of pillows, slide the baby over, put a bunch of pillows right there, and let it go happen.
What happened to that NyQuil, DC?
Down the tap.
No.
You gonna kill the baby. Down the tap. You killing the baby. Down the tap. It's for the put the baby to sleep.
Look, listen. So we got an argument. One say Dimetap, one say Benadryl. I didn't know.
Put some cereal in that formula.
There you go. Oh, baby going to sleep. Cut that nipple open. Put some syrup with a little Caro syrup up in there. Baby going to sleep.
Warm it up.
All right, guys, it's been great tonight. It's 8:32. I'm gonna give you one last question. I'm gonna give you one last question to talk about, and then we're gonna do I have some church announcements. How about that? So this question says, oh boy, here we go. I'm planning to end a 4-year relationship because my current spouse is not active with my children. He basically ignores or tolerates them. He has not attempted to establish any sort of relationship. Oh, listen.
So that's why you finna in a relationship because of that. It's got to be some more. That's more than enough. I'm planning to end a 4-year relationship because my current spouse is not active with my children. He basically ignores or tolerates them. He has not attempted to establish any sort of relationship. You knew this before. Dude, you knew this before.
So she made a mistake. DC. She caught her mistake and she's trying to fix it by getting rid of him. My question is the planning. What do you mean the planning? You getting your finances in order? What does the planning mean? I'm planning to end a 4-year relationship. I'm interested in knowing what that process looks like. Is this going to take 3 months, 6 months? What does planning mean?
Because Shaniqua would end it right now.
I think I'm inclined to ask, why did you wait? Because he didn't just start doing that.
There you go.
4 years in, why are you waiting now to say you're going to end the 4 years? Were you waiting on him to get it together, or
she probably was?
She needed that second income.
Yep. She was trying to get that money, that stimulus check.
No, I'm not judging. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. We don't have enough information.
I am.
Listen, for me, that constitutes a leaving of a relationship or a marriage. My problem is that you waited 4 years to do so. 4 years is a long time.
Red flag. Red flag.
To
4 years
be with someone who's not active with your children, who's not pouring into them, who's not showing them that father figure. So you waited 4 years, and you're still waiting because you're planning.
You're planning. That's not what I add on to that, Mike. Now you're planning.
Yeah, those words. Yeah, I'm planning on what does that look like? What does that mean? What
I'm gonna wait till the month. I'm gonna wait till the 30th because that's when. Like, what does that mean? So
actually, say when did you start ignoring the children? I know when.
This is a very good point too. It's already been 4 years, and the children have grown to know him. They've grown to know him to be mama's man, not no father figure. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being a child living in a house where you're being ignored or tolerated with a man for 4 years?
You call him him. Him over there don't like me. Him say go to the trash shot.
I wonder what they call it.
His damn name is him.
You know what? I would also say if he's ignoring and tolerating those kids, he's probably tolerating you too. So love there, because any man knows if you want one of the most important ways or to get to a woman's heart is to love them kids.
Yeah, you love her children because
he's obviously not that into you either.
Huh?
So I would check that as well. He's probably not that into you either. So
that is that because
you gotta check his background because he might not have nowhere to stay. There might be your house, your car, and you might have a better job. So that could be the thing. So you got to check him out.
And or he got a problem with baby daddy. Something is really.
I'm gonna tell you what the problem. Here's the problem. I just figured it out. If I was standing in the pulpit, I say thank you, Holy Ghost. But here's the problem. You just want a man. That's the problem.
That's it.
You just want a man. There is no woman in her right mind would accept a man tolerating or ignoring her kids this long.
4 years.
Out to me, you just want somebody in your bed, in your household. He's probably. I want to do his work.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. I'm wondering if we can start bringing some of these people who are, brave enough to come on and kind of advocate for some of these questions or comments that they have, because we're throwing all this stuff, and I really wish some of these women or men who have these comments can kind of detail some of these experiences and defend some of themselves, because she's got some answering to do. Like she does. And
I think we're gonna call that the code cracker. I just cracked that code. It ain't about them kids. It's about you just want a Negro in your house.
That's it. That's it. That's
Yeah, what it is. You think you slick. You can't get by the male voice. We're gonna crack the code. Listen,
he
had
you just want the D. You ain't slick.
Everybody in your family got somebody, and when it comes to the potluck and to the Christmas dinner, you bring him because you ain't never had nobody. So now you got this dude coming in. Everybody, so she finally got her a good man. So he finally coming around.
And you paying all the bill.
Everything.
He dropping you off at work.
Got it. Yes. He dropped you off at work and drive around your car.
Yeah. So listen, sweetheart, we're not trying to drag you under the bus or anything, but the truth is, it's more to this story.
Right.
Whatever he's doing now, he did that before you kept him in your house 4 years.
He did that before y'all got married.
4 years is a long time. In dog years, 4 years in dog years, that's 70, that's 28 years.
Yeah, so
Tank is older than that shit. That's 28 years. This Negro been in my bed 28 years? Nah.
Yeah, she had to have known that he had to. I mean, because before you got in that relationship, that had to have been evident. It had to have been evident. Or she had no discernment at all. or either she was just in love with the and wasn't even concerned about the
I'll tell you what, I won't say your name because you said you wanted to be anonymous. Email us again. Email us again and tell us, well, we asked a bunch of questions. I can't even remember all. Tell us, when did you notice these patterns? Tell me why you married this person seeing these patterns. Did you think he would change, or did you not see the pattern? Did he start off as
we're missing a lot.
change? Just give me some more detail, because I'm really concerned that you're in a situation for 4 years and these kids are being neglected for 4 years. They're obviously being neglected. If he's not doing anything, nothing, they don't have anything to grow on. And then I'd like to know, why are you subjecting yourself to that type of behavior? I want you to see a counselor. Jeremiah.
Hey, look, this is what I would like to see. Someone come on, we join her, she comes on, we put a fake name down there, Jane Doe. She blacks out her screen, we can't see her, and she's able to talk. The only thing, if someone recognizes her voice. But anyways, Jeremiah Rankins, I want you all to make sure that y'all go get therapy and counseling before the relationship is dissolved at its worst, okay? Be preventative, be proactive, not reactive when it comes to your life. Jeremiah, therapist, minor to major, where we help people turn their minor setbacks into major comeback. Thank you.
Jeremiah, that's not your closing. I just wanted you to give her your information. I'm going to give you another closing in a second. But let me talk about this. Folks, in a couple of weeks, it's going to be Thanksgiving. Y'all gonna be making pies and turkeys and all this other kind of giblet gravy and everything on Thursday night. So we're not going to be expecting you to hang out with us on Thursday night. So, week of Thanksgiving, Monday night, we will be doing our show live Monday night, Monday the 23rd of November. Here's another exciting thing. We're all going to be in one spot. We won't be separate. It's a whole different dynamic when we're together. So expect that we'll all be in one spot doing the show Monday, November 23rd. You already booked for that day, right? You'll be with us. Jeremiah?
Yes, I will be.
You'll be with us.
Distance,
I mean,
hand sanitizer. We're going to be there.
Oh, yeah, we got all that. Everybody bring your male voice mask. And don't come back from vacation. Don't just stay over there when you go over there. When you go on that trip, don't just stay. Come on back. Calendars, we will put some information out. We'll be doing it Monday, the week of Thanksgiving. Monday, the 23rd. The male voice will be in full effect as we always do, but it'll be on Monday night for that 1 week. It'll be on Monday night. Here's something else I want to tell you about that we are in the works for. We're to do a live show in its totality where everybody, well, not everybody, because the venue, because of, what do you call it, social distancing, we will only use part of the venue. Let me take that back. We'll use all of the venue, but we won't seat everybody in every seat in the venue. So this particular venue, we will only do 55 tickets. 55 tickets. That is the night we're going to do the show. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. We're going to do that show. And the men who have wives on this show will have their wife on the panel with them that night. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I love being married to you. Sometimes I wish you go take the trash out every day. Then when you're single, sometimes I love my singleness. Sometimes I love my singleness. Sometimes I want to be booed up. On the married side, sometimes I can't see myself living without you. Sometimes I don't want to see you. Doing that show. So stay tuned. We're going to put some tickets out. We'll have VIP seating, but we won't fill the whole arena, which is a little over 100. So we're only going to do half because nobody can sit next to each other unless you come there together. We're planning that. So that's two things. Don't forget, Monday, November 23rd, we're going to be doing the Male Voice Show live all together in one room. Then we'll be planning the live taping of the Male Voice. The last one went really well. We had a whole lot of fun. This one is going to be just as fun, if not even more. We're going to even bring in a DJ. You're going to get to move your feet a little bit, right? we take the stage and do what we do. So you can email us with any comments, questions, or concerns to tmvtalk@gmail.com. That's tmvtalk@gmail.com. The other thing, let me say this as well. I got some church announcements.
You sure do.
If you see and want any of the apparel that you see us wearing, you can order that. You can order any of the apparel that you see us wearing, and we have several different looks. I got to get Jeremiah his. Don't nobody talk about me because I'm going to make it happen. Hey, Jeremiah, I see you wearing that beanie. We got beanies too.
And hats.
Where your beanie at, DC?
I'm going to knock it
downstairs.
Oh, okay. And mine is upstairs.
downstairs.
So we got beanies, we got hats, we got, and this is just what DC is wearing. This is a hoodie with a t-shirt material hoodie. If you're interested in any of this apparel, you can email us at tmvtalk@gmail.com. We'll need your sizes and your address so we can send it to you, and we'll give you the pricing for that as well. So you got t-shirts, you got hoodies, you got beanies, you got caps, and this other stuff that's coming out. So into the male voice, we plan on doing big things, and we want you involved. So some things take money. However, Cynthia, I got your shirt. I can show it to you right this second. I got your shirt. We owe Cynthia a shirt from when she was on the show. She had a male voice shirt, but I got it. Don't worry about it. We got it. Any other questions, comments, concerns? If not, okay, good. In the Black church, we say what's good for the body, whatever. Case.
I missed that at church.
Man, this was a great show, great topics, great topic rather, and great questions. Thank you for your responses. Thank you for your feedback. People, keep them coming because that keeps us going. So thank you.
All right, DC, what you got?
Hey fam, check this out. This male voice show is like no other, man. You know, other shows talking, but these are, you know, we were real. And we're giving you real, you know, advice and real stuff and just how we feel about stuff. So we try to take this show to the next level. So once again, Mike got all this stuff to say. We got all these shirts. We got all this stuff. And, hey, we trying to just go higher. We trying to get people to come see us live. We trying to bring it to you live. So, again, sow a seed in this here. I'm going to be that preacher, another preacher, that say, hey, it's offer time. Hey, cash out is $the male voice. Talk, right?
The male voice.
That's it.
The man said, if you believe in what we're doing and you want to send us $1 or $2, you can do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And
I'm trying to type and talk.
Friend, share our videos, share each of our pages. Hey, go follow me, DC the Comedian. Hey, Instagram, DC the Comedian, Facebook, DC the Comedian, and also The Male Voice. Follow us, tell a friend, send us a video, say what you like about us. Every Thursday, 7:30. Buy a shirt.
Folks, I've asked you before to share this post. Go ahead and share it. Somebody's going to need this information or just want to hear some different points of views. So you can definitely share this and help somebody else out with it. Now, close us out. Jeremiah Rankins, give us your information. Listen, every week there's going to be a counselor here. So if you want to or need to talk to somebody after what we're talking about, there will be someone here that you can talk to. And
hey, I want to piggyback on both what DC and KC were talking about, Kermit. These comments are really, really, really important to the show. We need you all to interact and talk to us. Give us your feedback. Be respectful, and hopefully we're going to be respectful to everybody who asks questions or has comments. So this show will not happen without those comments, and they're extremely important to us.
Right.
So going back to what I just said about therapy, I am a licensed professional counselor here in the state of Texas. I know these gentlemen love to call me Doc, but I want to reiterate, I am a master's level clinician, and I encourage everyone, every single person, to seek out therapy before it gets bad, before it gets at its worst, before your marriage is on the brink of destruction. It's very important for our community, us assists, to get the help, be proactive, not reactive. Again, Jeremiah with Minor to Major, helping people turn their minor setbacks into major comebacks. Thank you.
I love this show, man. I live for Thursdays, man. I get all clean, dress fresh, man. Y'all guys, man, I feel start crying. Cause this is the best show ever. This is the best talk show. This is the best doggone talk show going on at 7:30. I'm missing football games, high school basketball games to be here with y'all.
Didn't you have a special?
We love you, DC.
Oh,
yeah, you
I
had a
did.
special
Ladies, hold on. Christmas time is coming. Ladies, gentlemen, whatever. If you want your ladies to smell good, hey, bourbon from Bath Body Works.
And you don't
This
drink
stuff
it.
right here with six.
Oh, I got me some bourbon.
You do?
I got some bourbon.
Hey,
I had never even heard of it, and I'm normally up to date on all my stuff.
It sells out quick, but listen here, fellas. Now, I know etiquette, but guys, when you go in the bath, this is body wash. You gotta bathe with regular soap first, and put this on after you bathe with a little water and stuff. You can't just jump in the shower and use this to be all gone. They got the lotion, they got the man.
I got the bourbon lotion. Look, I got bourbon lotion and the body wash.
That's my dog. That's my dog. Hey, Bath and Body Works. This stuff sells out. Ladies, get this for your husband, for your boyfriend. It be on. It'll be on. I'm trying to save some marriages. I'm trying to like Jeremiah. I'm saving marriages. I'm saving marriages and relationships.
And Bath and Body Works need to be a sponsor.
They sure do, because they sure got my money. They should. Bath and Body Works. Tag Bath and Body Works.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. We had a great time. Hopefully something we said you can use it. We will be back next week, and we're going to be dealing with the subject of parenting in a way that, yeah, you ain't got all the answers. We're going to talk about some parenting. I'm going to invite a special lady on here who is, long story. We'll be back. Have a good night. I'm tired, y'all. Have a great night. Cynthia said, let me go get this for my son. Cynthia, pick up 2. Don't just go get it for your boy. Pick up 2.
Pick up 2.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, great night again tonight. Thank you again, folks, for checking us out, watching with us. For those of you who hung out with us, we appreciate that, and we'll see you all next Thursday.
You know we don't go nowhere.
I kind of